So I believe we are live now. This is, again, my first live stream of Dark Souls 2. This is going to be a fairly long stream. I'll be going at this for most of the day. Just give me a few minutes so that I can set up a few things with my computer here, and I'll get started taking you guys through the character creation. Glad to have you here, and hope you enjoy it. Alright, so now that I'm all set up, let's get going. Obviously, you don't have any information, so let's start with character creation. So, okay, giving us a little bit more, looks like control over graphics and display options than what we had in Dark Souls 1. Keep the HUD on, but I think that it's nice that they actually gave us an option to hide it. That might come in handy for later stuff if I'm doing more cinematic type things. Let's do hide automatically. Okay, even with brightness all the way up, I still can't see that second emblem, so I'm thinking I'm good. Alright, until the flame is visible and the dragon invisible. Yeah, so I'm good there. Don't want inversion. Camera reset Y-axis. Probably don't want that. They actually really added a lot of options. Fixed. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with this. Voice chat, and we'll allow it. Cross-region play, allowed. All the volume stuff, gonna keep that the same. Yeah, again, this is looking pretty solid for as far as just control they gave you. Again, I'm not gonna be able to know if what I have is accurate or not, or good for me or not until I start playing, but it's nice to see that they put in more options than they had in Dark Souls.
Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Holy balls. That cutscene, way better than the first game, obviously. That really did set the tone quite well, I think. I mean, much better than in Dark Souls 1, where they're just sort of talking about an ancient myth. It actually kind of gives the character a little bit more, I guess, personality to him before you even start the game. Gives the whole setting a lot more personality before you start the game. So that's great. Okay, so I kind of see what they mean by auto-hide the HUD now. The longer I'm not doing any in-combat action, the... Sorry, a little bit distracted here, but the more the HUD seems to disappear. So far the I'm trying to find things to talk about here, but the graphics fidelity looks definitely on par. I'd say actually slightly, there's probably a significant improvement in graphic fidelity. Animation quality seems about the same. Not really seeing anything that looks too floaty right now. Again, just have my fisticuffs there, so not really much to know. So it looks like, yeah, I don't really have much else to go to.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Okay, that's actually... I'm liking how they're doing character creation and handling it. I think tying it into what's actually happening in game does make it good. It reduces the disconnect in the character creation process. So, Jimmy, of course. Done.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Okay, so now I gotta pick the class. So let's see. Weapons. Okay, so it looks like Swordsman's the replacement for Wanderer in the previous game. Oh god, that's a horrific bandit outfit. I prefer the original games much better over that. Cleric doesn't look too bad as far as looks. I like the Sorcerer look. Looks like it's okay, so they start you off with a lot of items for the Explorer. I'm assuming that's probably going to be the replacement for the Hunter in this. Also, that monocle is kind of badass. And Deprived. I think I'll probably go Swordsman. Again, it's probably going to be a bit cliche. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people doing that, but with my Dark Souls 1 characters, I preferred my dual wielding user actually the most, and kind of interested to see what the improvements to dual wielding are. So, Tiny Beings Ring, a human effigy, a lot of healing stones. So I'm wondering if the bonfire aesthetic is a one-time use item or not. Could be interesting for a more challenging playthrough. This is actually like the gift system a little bit better than this one. There's nothing that's extremely OP like the Black Fire Bombs or Master Key that you could pick in the first game. Or I should say Skeleton Key that you could pick in the first game. Yeah, gonna go with the bonfire aesthetic just to see what's out there. Wish there was a little bit more information about the face styles and stuff like that. A little bit more. Again, when you were customizing your character in Dark Souls 1, there was sort of it gave you an idea as to the background, the land that your character was from, based on the face you picked. Not that meant much, but I think that added a little bit more to it. And I think I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, that actually looks good. Hair color. And yeah, for the hair color, I'm just trying to find something that, I don't know, they all seem either too much red or too much white. No, I had it there for a sec. Okay, that looks about good to me. And then, what about eyebrows? This one don't really care too much about, just not the big old bushy eyebrows. Eyebrow color, don't care too much about. Again, probably not going to be seeing too much of that. Eye color, this one I don't mind going a little bit, ridiculous with and give my character some interesting looking eyes. Yeah, dark gray. Okay, so these are facial tattoos. And actually I kind of recognize some of these designs. Just some background, one of my uncles does a lot of wood carving, and he does a lot of these Celtic knot designs. So I think I'm going to go with this tree, maybe not the Tree of Life. I don't know. But that Tree of Life one actually does, out of all of them, look cool. And generally when I put tattoos on characters, I don't make them plain tattoos. Actually, they almost nailed the color exactly. I try and make them look more like birthmarks on the character. So I think that's the work of the opacity, not the color there. And yeah, I don't really care to mess around with the other settings. Alright. Yes, it is.
All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. over and over again.
So this is actually kind of interesting, because if you look at what the old women in that bar were wearing, almost all of them have the crimson robes on, and this is quite similar to the not Chandler's, but Sealer's robes from the priest down in Anor Londo, who sealed off, basically after they fled the city, the Sealers watched over it. And given that initial cutscene, I'm kind of wondering if there is... Hey, a guy wanders in and finds this. I think there's probably something much darker going on. So... Yeah, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so also, other thing to note, it looks like they started me off with the downloadable content. Again, this stuff is the, what am I trying to think of here? The Black Armor Edition Day 1 equipment. So... And that's... Oh, these are both start off as +1 too, which is nice. Player info. Well, again, part of, I think the best way I'm gonna learn is by actually doing, so... Okay. So it appears that's sort of the red soapstones that you would see at in the asylum in the first game. Okay, and that's another nice thing that looks like they added. You can't just destroy an item in one hit, especially the bigger items. So it looks like they have it broken out. The items for your item box, they actually do have it broken out a little bit more succinctly, I guess. Looks like you have consumables, weapons, melee weapons, bows, catalysts, shields, armor, or helms. Okay, and they broke out the armor into its individual components instead of it being just armor. So looks like I started with a 9 strength, so I can't really use any of the... Alright. Yeah, I know it said you can light bonfires at torches, but... or light torches at bonfires. Got that backwards. Should be a way to do that, because it looks like there are... Right, bonfires are a place of respite. You may also light torches on them. Ah, there we go. And looks like I should have kept my torch lit. It's alright. That's what these beacons are for. Okay, that makes sense. Loving that dynamic lighting, actually. And I love how that actually... it definitely adds something new to the game that wasn't there before. So, alright. Now that was actually kind of interesting. It looked like he was taking burn damage for a second there. Also, I can see from the torch it looks like I have a limited amount of actual torch uses. Or a limited amount of time on the torch. That's different, definitely. Again, from what I've heard, you can't get into a animation where you can't be hit, so that's probably why the... well, it definitely explains the change in animation. Alright, let's see. So we have a short sword +1, which is doing... And right now the animations are actually feeling a bit sluggish, I think is what the problem is. But I think that's one of the stats that you can level up later, is to affect animation movement. So it's probably one of the main things I'm going to be leveling up on this character, because being able to strike quickly and hard is very important on this character. Now, so I'm seeing the same type bars for health and stamina, obviously. I do actually like how they are working with one another. So I think they expected you to take a little bit of damage there and gave you a life gem to help out. Next to use items. So yeah, they were expecting you to get hit there. And I do like the auto hide on the HUD. That's something, again, it wasn't available in Dark Souls 1. It wasn't a huge issue, but there's just, Dark Souls has such a minimalistic display anyways that really I only need it there when I'm using it, and putting in an option to have it disappear over time is a good call on the developer's end. Again, it just gives you a little bit more space to examine your surroundings before you're actually in danger.
Give us moose. Yes, you! Give us Silky!
Okay, so that's obviously going to be a Snuggly Crow type of deal. Again, for those of you who don't know, ow. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, Snuggly was a pseudo NPC in the first game. You could use it to trade certain items in game for rarer items. It's kind of one of the ways to get a red titanite slab and a few other higher end crafting materials, as well as if you had the downloadable content, it gave you the option to get some unique weapons from that. So, from what I'm seeing for the controls, for the most part, it's similar. Again, all the buttons are mapped to the same place. Okay, so they changed jumping. Before in Dark Souls, what you had to do is be sprinting and then tap the B button, which was difficult in this game. It looks like you just start sprinting and click in the stick. Much easier, in my opinion. So an amber herb. Well, now where? Again, that other tree kind of had a nice... Nope, no invisible wall. Ah, there we go. And yeah, it appears that torch really does have an effect. I completely missed that light the first time, just walking by it, obviously. So, that is good to see. So with the shield equipped, alright, parry, know that already. While falling, press the bumpers to do a plunging attack. So, okay. I definitely like how that parry system works. That is much, much smoother than in the previous game. I am parrying in the parry and riposte in the first game seemed to be just an issue of if you got the parry, the riposte was guaranteed. As you saw, the enemy first got knocked down, then he was up. Then I actually went in and stabbed him on the ground to deliver that coup de grace type attack. Very... That's, again, much different from what I'm used to in Dark Souls. That does add something, I think. So, as you can see, there's also a red bar underneath the weapons. I'm pretty sure that's durability. That's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me. And it looks like that gets repaired as you rest at bonfire. Unfortunately, your torches do not replenish when you rest at bonfire. So, looks like I'm going to be doing the majority of these, this tutorial section without a torch, which it could be good, bad, indifferent, whatever. The torch definitely does have an effect on what you can see and therefore how you can play, so So that is something for me that feels actually a little bit clunky about this. As you can see right now, I'm actually dual wielding that short sword in my offhand, which I can probably switch back to my scimitar since it's fully recovered. But when I am dual wielding my offhand weapon, it is the moveset is completely reversed. So as you can see, that right there is actually that is the right trigger, which looks like it's a parry. Right bumper is block. Left trigger is the heavy attack. Right bumpers, or left bumper is the normal attack when I'm two-handing my offhand weapon, and again, it's the normal attack pattern when I am just two-handing my main hand weapon. So I'm assuming that has to do with the fact that, as you can see, I have my full offhand offensive offhand moveset when I'm actually using both weapons. So it was probably done to ensure variety and continuity. It is going to have to be something that I learn, though. And the whole point of this one was to explore your surroundings, so there has to be something else here. Okay, so build plan. For this guy, I'm probably going to be mostly doing a dex type build. Obvious since I picked the swordsman, but just so we're all on the same page, so to speak. So I feel like I'm missing something back here. If I remember right, there was... I was hearing something before, so I feel like I'm missing... So I can hear my own walking. That. Where is that coming from? Alright, big boy. Let's go. Oh god, there's two of them. Nice achievement there. So I wonder, did death restore my torch? No, it did not. And that's, again, I wasn't expecting it to. Just seeing how thorough the developers were in this one. So where did that second one come from? No, 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 no. Okay, so didn't really do much to those guys. Let's just recover and then be on our merry way for the time being. Again, it looks like I see a chest down there and I want it so bad. Oh. Well, we will come back for them. So, and the other thing you can see, and this was again, something that was known coming into the game, is that I've died twice now, and you can see that my health bar, there's a cap on it that's below max. I believe the system is you lose 10% of your health, or 10% of your max health, every time you die, or every time you die after you, yeah. You lose 10% of your max health every time you die, up to 50% of your max health. Alright, and we are out of that cave without really fighting a boss. Really, a divine blessing this early? That's surprising. Let's see if it is, in fact... Yeah, it is completely the same as a divine blessing in the original game. That's interesting that they would give you one so early. So this... looks like a town. I'm guessing this is similar to Firelink.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door.
So, it's locked. Probably means there's going to be some back way into it, or have to find a key. Just looking around town here, see if I can find...
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
So... No.
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. By the gods, why the hell am I here?
Wish there's some way to compare it to... Okay, so the rating at the bottom, I think, is supposed to tell you whether it has a better armor rating than what you currently have.
Well, I do hope I see you again.
Okay, that makes sense. And what's in the box? Yay, Titanite. Okay, so it looks like, and this is what happened when I jumped off that very first ladder, to slide down a ladder, you hold the sprint button and move down. So... So, again, it looks like I just died to the rats here. Also, I'd like to thank the guys who are watching, just to let you guys know, in the stream now. Thanks for watching. Again, I know it can kind of be dull at times and just taking it in, but again, I'm trying to process the information and get it out to you guys in the same time, and yeah, working on my delivery.
Oh, undead, are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shaqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want, anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
So,
This place is already dead.
That's interesting.
Crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? This place is we receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused.
So, kind of a weird mix of, well, I guess the cat here is kind of acting like, the guy in the bell tower in the first game. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But definitely has some useful wares. I could see coming back here and probably definitely making good use of her. That's actually kind of interesting, the name engraved ring. Definitely a lot of interesting stuff for PvP that they appear to be adding. And definitely a lot of stuff to add to the difficulty of the game. That's cool. The whispering ring here, or ring of whispers.
Nothing suited you, I presume? Well, that's dismaying.
Yeah, seeing this many bloodstains around what's supposed to be, I'm assuming, the hub of the game is a little bit disquieting, but I'm guessing everyone's on the same learning curve as I am here, and as you can see, I'm far from perfect.
You're undead, aren't you?
I recognize that voice.
The smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drang Lake these days, There are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
Huh. Yeah, might as well.
That is a wise decision.
Yeah, I'm not much for PvP, but I don't,
Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence.
I don't really shy away from it if it comes to me, but I don't actively seek it, so...
Their embrace. Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time. Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back. Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate. In the cathedral, the Apostles of Blue gather. But the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works, I just don't know. Have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth? I don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there, not without a ladder of some sort. The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us. Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went. Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Drang Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams, the messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. You may notice symbols that appear upon the ground. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summon signatures to call upon spirits to help you. Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? There was once you may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too. May you find peace on your journey.
That's... wow. That's actually pretty cool.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king. He who made Drang Lake what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable, the four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you to see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
So, alright, now we're actually on the level screen. And can actually see what these do. So turns HP, endurance, overall stamina, vitality is equipment load, attunement, same as before, same as before.
Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it? Those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day.
Is it just talking about the cat there?
Will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle.
So that's equipment load in the lower corner. Okay. Gotcha. So again, I'm not too terribly hollow right now, so probably won't bother to use that. Even effigy. Damn it. Need to be careful with my keystrokes. So that blacksmith key has to be around here somewhere. It's also nice that, and this is just something I noticed, that I have the Estus flask in my equipment belt. It tells you what's next on the list for cycling equipment. And I know this segment I'm not really exploring much. I'm just trying to get a real good solid feel of the town, where everything is. I shouldn't even say town. I should just say Manjula, I guess, called by name. but try and get a good feel of it, where everything is, how it's set up. Try to figure out if there's any surprises here. For anyone who's played the first game, you know that around Firelink, it's definitely worth the time to look around and make sure you have every secret before, know where every secret is, even if you don't grab it before advancing onto the game. And it looks like these damn things respawn.
I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
Now that one is a bit of a mystery as to where exactly the key is, but I'm sure I'll be able to find it here. Find it eventually if it's not in town.
Bearer of the seek the king, lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Sorry for jumping through that dialogue. Alright, now we can level up.
Bearer of the curse, seek souls, larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Okay, so I need 950 to level up again. Well, I'm at a loss as to where the key for the blacksmith house, or the blacksmith hut is. So, Victor Stone. Huh. No idea what that does, or what that covenant's for. I can avoid it for the time being. Yeah, just to... I don't know, just because I think I'm going to enjoy being able to team up against Red Invaders. Redemption does not move. So, and, okay, I had to give some narration. Sorry for getting more absorbed in the game than what I'm actually doing on YouTube now. But now I'm kind of just branching out slowly, seeing really what the limits of what I can explore are. This is from, again, all the pre-reviews I've heard, Dark Souls 2 is much more open than the first game was. In Dark Souls, really when you start playing it there's really just one path that they had. And from what I'm seeing, it looks like there's now 2 or 3 different paths to follow out of the town. So I'm just sort of seeing those, seeing which one looks like it has the best place for me to start actually playing the game and not just wandering around Manjula here. So I believe this leads back to where I started. This definitely isn't where I thought that path would lead, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, it looks like I'm stuck here, so homeward. Now, let's see. Yeah, so using the homeward bone after jumping to grab those items there.
Bearer of the... Seek lest this... Bearer... Seek lest this land... No, maybe this was the path I was looking down on. Because when I go up here... Okay, looks like I have to go farther out. Oh, that's why it's on top of this structure here. Okay. So the question is, how do I get to that? Aha! Maybe. Yes. So still no blacksmith key. No, don't want to talk to you right now.
I mean, the blacksmith key, just at least start getting used to the service. Seems like something I should be able to find in town.
Life is a journey, and every journey eventually leads to home. Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate. In a rush, are we?
No, I'm not serious. You do have a rather pleasant scent. The type I'm quite fond of. Nothing suited you, I presume? What's this noise?
Oh, hello again. I hope you find some... Oh, by the... Well, I do hope I see you again.
Yeah, and I'm killing these guys again, even though I didn't find anything back there. Okay, and thanks for the comments on telling me where to find the blacksmith key. It'll get me into motion at the very least. And as for the pointless rat killing, again, I was searching for the blacksmith key and not paying attention to the YouTube comments. But again, kind of have a feel for the town where everything is. I know that the blacksmith key isn't here anymore, so I'm gonna just go exploring. I was under the impression that there wasn't any animation that locked you out of taking damage or being knocked out of it, but it appeared that there was either the hollow missed me or there was a part of it where I was actually immune. I really need to pay more attention to my surroundings. So I should probably be a little more cautious of my use of life gems, but yeah, we'll see. Oh god. So, okay, so you can see here is now I have two short swords, and this is, again, one of the changes in the dual wielding mechanics. So if I tap the Y button, I go into main handing, or two-handing my main hand weapon. If I hold Y, you see I'm holding my left hand weapon slightly differently than before. This is a specialized dual weapon stance. So as you can see, the left trigger power attacks and now attacking with both weapons at the same time. Actually, both my left hand attacks are attacking with two weapons at the same time. that quite. So now we have to walk all the way back there. Again, typical Dark Souls, so... And that actually demonstrates part of how they made parrying a bit more difficult in this game. One, the timing's a little bit more... You have to be more on time with your actual parry attempt. The other thing is you actually have to be on time with your riposte attempt as well. Also, if I remember correctly, there were some armor drops. Okay, so all-around drop. Okay. So nothing that was a major upgrade in there, as far as the... Alright, so now that we're at the 2-hour mark here, again, I'd just like to thank everyone who is watching for watching, and just remind you to please subscribe. If you only watch a part of this entire live stream and you don't really have the patience for long events like this, I will be doing a highlight reel of this event after I'm finished here. Probably be up within the next day or so. not sure if that was supposed to be my hands hitting on the rungs there, or if that was just a choppy animation. I don't know, we'll see as the game progresses if that's the norm or not. Oh, nice. Did not see that coming.
Bearer of the curtain, seek the king, lest this land's...
Huh. I wonder if they have her move around depending on certain events that, or certain actions that players take in town. Because before, I mean, she moved from that tree to the bonfire, which made sense, but her standing there looking at that bloodstain was interesting and different, I guess. It appeared intentionful. instead of just fighting him, I think I'm going to go and look for a nearby bonfire first. And that was a mistake on my part, trying to jump over there and see what item could be had. Alright, and also just a heads up, at 2:30 I will probably pause the live stream. Again, it's been going on at that point, it'll been running for 2.5 hours straight. So just give it a brief pause. Plan on a minimum 30-minute intermission, let's say, and then I'll come back and probably live stream for another 2.5 hours. But before we do that, let's focus on actually getting to that second bonfire. Ah, that's probably how you get that item up there. Nope, but it is every bit as useful. So it appears that there is, I'm not sure if it's just because these hollows are missing me, or if there is an actual point where when doing a backstab animation you do have an immunity frame, a few immunity frames. Again, it's the second time it's happened. Someone's attacked at me while I was in the middle of a backstab animation, and it didn't do any damage, nor did it knock me out of the animation. Again, hard to 100% quantify that with just those two instances, but it is something to keep in mind. Shit. I really need to pay more attention. Alright, Let's try this. Yeah, and again, trying to split my attention between the game and the comments. Thank you guys for watching again. Again, in a few minutes here, I'm going to cut the stream off for this first part, and I'll be back later this evening. And again, if you don't have time, just subscribe to my channel, or if you don't have time and you want to keep watching, I should say, just subscribe to my channel, and I'll be throwing a highlight reel. I'll also be keeping the entire unedited segment up on my channel. So I think I'm going to give that Night at the Bottom one more go, and then we'll call it for this first segment. How about a hug? Alright. So got the High Knight Straight Sword from that. Alright. So with that, I'm going to go down, return to the town area. I already forgot its name. And with that, I'll end this first section of the live stream. Again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I will have the highlights up for this sometime over the weekend.
Lest this...
Alright, so with that, I am going to be off. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you, again, at least half hour, probably half hour to 45 minutes. I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Please like, favorite, share, and subscribe.